In April 1943, a fisherman off the coast of Spain spotted a body floating in the waves. A British officer in full uniform, clutching a briefcase chained to his wrist. The man appeared to have died in a plane crash, his face bloated by seawater, his uniform soaked with salt and tragedy. Spanish authorities recovered the body and, following protocol, handed the briefcase to German intelligence. Inside lay documents so explosive they would alter the course of World War II. Detailed plans revealing that the Allies intended to invade Greece and Sardinia, not Sicily. Hitler read the intelligence personally. He diverted 190,000 troops to Greece. He left Sicily vulnerable. And the entire operation hinged on one carefully prepared corpse, a homeless Welshman named Glyndwr Michael, who had died from eating rat poison in a London warehouse 2 months earlier. The mastermind was an eccentric British naval intelligence officer named Ewan Montague, a lawyer by training who believed deception was the sharpest weapon in war. Alongside RAF officer Charles Cholmondeley, pronounced Chumley, he devised Operation Mincemeat, a plan to weaponize a dead body. They needed a corpse that could pass forensic examination, recently deceased, with no family to claim him, and with lung damage that would mimic drowning. When Glyndwr Michael's body was discovered in January 1943, Montague saw opportunity in tragedy. He gave the man a new identity, Major William Martin, Royal Marines, a fictitious officer with a fiancée named Pam, love letters in his pocket, a receipt for an engagement ring from a London jeweler, and theater tickets dated just before his death. Every detail was crafted to make German intelligence believe this man was real, important, and recently alive. The team transformed a morgue into a laboratory of lies. They injected the corpse with formaldehyde to delay decomposition. They placed the body in a steel drum filled with dry ice, creating a portable freezer they called the meat safe. They forged documents on authentic or office stationery, complete with smudge ink and coffee stains. Most crucially, they planted a personal letter from General Archibald Nye, Deputy Chief of the Imperial General Staff, to General Harold Alexander in North Africa. The letter casually mentioned Sicily as a cover target while hinting that the real invasion would strike Greece. It was the perfect trap, not too obvious, but impossible for German analysts to ignore. Montague even added human touches: a photo of Pam tucked into Martin's wallet, a bill from his tailor, a letter from his bank manager demanding payment on an overdraft. The corpse wasn't just carrying secrets, he was carrying a life. On April 19, 1943, the submarine HMS Seraph slipped through the darkness off the Spanish coast near Huelva. At precisely 4:30 a.m., crew members hauled the steel drum onto the deck. They cracked it open, released the dry ice fog into the night air, and gently lowered Major William Martin into the sea, releasing him exactly where Spanish fishermen would find him at dawn. As the submarine vanished beneath the waves, Montague waited in London with clenched hands. One mistake, a body to decomposed, a document to pristine, a detail inconsistent, and the entire ruse would collapse. Worse, if the Spanish or Germans suspected deception, they might double down on Sicily instead of abandoning it. For 3 agonizing days, silence. Then came the signal. The body had been recovered. The briefcase was in German hands. The trap was set. German intelligence devoured the documents. With hungry eyes, they cross-referenced every detail: the letterhead, the signatures, the casual mentions of troop movements. They interrogated the Spanish pathologist who examined the body. They even tracked down the London jeweler whose receipt was in Martin's pocket. A British agent had planted it there days earlier. Everything checked out. By May 12th, Hitler himself issued Führer Directive No. 49. The enemy plans to invade the eastern Mediterranean. Measures must be taken to strengthen Greece and the Aegean Islands. Panzer divisions rolled eastward. Coastal defenses in Sicily relaxed. Meanwhile, Allied forces massed in North Africa training for an invasion of Sicily that Hitler now believed was merely a feint. Montagu received intercepted German radio traffic, confirming the deception had worked. He wept not from relief, but from the weight of knowing that thousands of lives now depended on a dead man's silence. On July 9, 1943, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Sicily under cover of darkness. They expected brutal resistance minefields, artillery barrages, fortified bunkers. Instead, they found confused Italian troops and skeletal German units. The invasion succeeded in 38 days, were faster than planners predicted. Hitler remained convinced Sicily was a diversion until it was too late. He kept 190,000 troops stationed in Greece for months afterward, waiting for an invasion that never came. The success of Operation Mincemeat saved an estimated 10,000 Allied lives and shortened the war in Europe by months. Yet the true architect of victory remained unknown. Glyndwr Michael, the homeless man whose death became a weapon. His real name was buried with a secret. Officially, he was Major William Martin, honored with a military headstone in WWII cemetery bearing the inscription, William Martin, Rome, died the 24th of April, 1943. He rests in peace. After the war, Montagu fought to give Michael his true name back. He tracked down Michael's sister in Wales and told her the truth. Her brother had helped win the war. She had no idea he died months earlier. In 1996, the British government finally acknowledged Glyndwr Michael's role, replacing his headstone with one bearing both names, Glyndwr Michael, alias Major William Martin. The story might have remained classified forever if not for Montagu's 1953 book The Man Who Never Was, later adapted into a film that made Major Martin a legend, while Michael himself remained a footnote. Yet in quiet moments, Montagu would reflect on the moral weight of their deception. They had used a man's death as a tool, crafted a life from lies, and sent a corpse to war. But in doing so, they had turned vulnerability into victory and proved that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't a bomb or a tank, but a story carefully told. Today, the grave in Huelva draws visitors from around the world, pilgrims paying respects to a phantom hero. Schoolchildren in Wales learn of Glyndwr Michael not as a homeless man who died alone, but as a quiet catalyst of one of history's greatest deceptions. Operation Mincemeat stands as a testament to the power of imagination in warfare, to the officers who understood that battles are won not only with bullets, but with psychology, detail, and humanity. And in archives across Britain, yellowed files preserve the receipts, the love letters, the forged documents, all artifacts of a fiction that became fact. A dead man walked into history carrying secrets in his briefcase. He never spoke a word, yet his silence changed the world.